Alright, guys. This review is going to be completely honest and straightforward. And as you can hear, I'm tired. I am exhausted. And mostly because the match was. Okay, let's put it this way. The pay per view started off with a great run, in my opinion. They started off with the tag team car wreck, which was the Fatal 4-Way with the Vaudevillains, the Anderson and Gallows, the New Day, and Enzo and Cass. I'm not gonna lie, that was a car wreck of a match. Yeah, there were a lot of mistakes made, but there was far too many tag teams in one go. But they made it work. It was extraordinarily entertaining. It got me pumped. I enjoyed it. I didn't like the New Day retaining, but I understand why. And I can't remember who I can't remember who actually did make this prediction that, and also Cole was talking about it on the pay per view that Brian Kendrick and I guess his partner, I can't remember his name right now because my brain is about fuzzy. They actually have the longest title reign of the tag team titles. Now, the one thing that pisses me off about the New Day is that the New Day keeps saying 2-time champs. Now they're the 4-time champs. They haven't really changed up their spiel, and I'm like, you gotta change it up now. And not to mention that it's a pathetic reign. I'm sorry, it is. They haven't defended the title that often. They did the safe route by just holding on to the freaking belts for dear life and not even defending them. The same thing with Nikki Bella. She did the exact same thing. She wasn't a fighting champion. She held on to the darn belt until she actually beat AJ Lee's record. And New Day's doing the same freaking thing. They're going to hang on to the belts until they actually beat the record. And it's going to probably be by Battleground, which the record's going to be reached. So more than likely, they're going to probably lose it on Battleground if they do have a tag team match. For the belts, they're going to probably lose it at Battleground, probably either to Anderson and Gallows or to whoever else faces them. I hope it's not Enzo and Cass, but speaking of Enzo was on freaking fire. He has gotten so well. Like, he's gotten so much better so quickly. I didn't expect to see so much heat coming out of Enzo. And I was impressed. I thought he was going to get hurt again. But I'm like, no, this dude can scrap. I'm like, he was pulling off amazing move after amazing move. I was very impressed with Enzo Amore. And now I really feel like that he's pulling his weight as being a part of the tag team. It's not just Big Cass, which makes me really happy to see that. But of course, I love the Vaudevillains' new attire. I still love their new attire, and I hope that they win. We need some decent heel champions because the New Day are now baby faces, so we really need some really good heel champions, and the Vaudevillains are the best heel champions there is. Sure, Anderson and Gallows, great. But honestly, it would make sense to hold out for Anderson and Gallows because you want AJ to get the belt. You want AJ Styles to take the main belt. And when he has the main belt, they get the tag team belts. They become the most powerful faction in WWE. It makes sense. So until AJ gets the title, then they're not going to have a belt for a while. And I guess I'm okay with that because we really do need to have a powerful faction on television. We do. We haven't had one in a while since the Nexus. But other than that, moving on. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. The matches that were moved on from there was just dumb. It was hard to stay awake. I didn't care much for Apollo Crews versus Sheamus. I fell asleep when that match hit. I was barely conscious of what was going on. Like, seriously. And then the match that really pissed me off the most, and I knew this match was going to be bad. Well, it wasn't bad. I will say that when it comes to Becky Lynch, she tries to make do what she got. I give her mad props for that. But there was no rhyme or reason for that finish. I don't give a crap what anybody says. Oh, people get frustrated. Yeah, I know. I love you, Freddie. And I've talked to Freddie about this on Twitter. Shout out to the CC Network. But honestly, yeah, people do get frustrated. But on the real, no, not like that. Like, seriously. But she should be frustrated at herself. And more than likely, she's going to do a heel run to try to get the women's title and have a decent title reign before the belt drops. If she has to be heel in order to get the titles, that's a shame because she's done a lot for the company. But hey, if it works, it works. But I had no idea what was going on, and honestly, the messed up part about it is, as soon as the Money in the Bank match started, I absolutely lost my feed. I had no idea who won. It was difficult to get it back, and then when I got it back, the match was over. So I had absolutely no idea who won the match, like none whatsoever. But I will say this, when it comes to AJ Styles versus John Cena, that match, oh my gosh, it felt like Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar all over again, because these fools were standing in the ring milking it in and just not performing. It took how long for them to get going? I'm like, dude, really? Is that all you got? People are like, oh, John Cena called a spot. I wouldn't know. Because when I got in, they were too pooped to move. I didn't even see. And the thing is, I had issues with my feed. I don't know why. I don't think it was my internet. It's just I don't know. There were people on Twitter that had issues with their network. I guess, it depends on whoever has the best internet maybe. But a lot of people had issues with the feed. They just dropped out. So for me, my experience with Money in the Bank is not going to be like all awesome and amazing because my feed dropped out. So I'm just going to be real here when it comes to this review. Now, when it comes to the match with AJ Styles versus John Cena, I'm going to say this. I love the ending. I'm going to be real. I love the ending. I really did. He's a heel. Unfortunately, it would have been more legit if he finished clean. But the fact that the finish was a bit dirty, I'm alright with that because he's a heel. But I screamed to the top of my lungs when AJ Styles won. Seriously. Because with all that talk of him being buried by John Cena, I had a feeling that AJ was going to win. I just knew it. Because, why would he just he pretty much said the same thing that everybody was thinking. John Cena was going to bury him. But on the real, he got put over as a heel. He's a heel now. It wasn't going to be legit. It was going to be dirty, and that's just how it was going to be. But I was happy that he did win, that he did not lose this, because he did need the win more than Cena did. More than likely, they're going to push this feud on to SummerSlam. I hope they do, because this happens to be the dream match of the century. They're not going to let it end that quickly. This match is going to be extended into one of the big fours. And my guess is that this is going to go on to SummerSlam. I'm fine with that. Seriously. But, yeah, it was a dirty finish, but it was a good finish. Because he won, and he needed that win. That's just me. But moving on from there, like I said, I can't really say anything about the Money in the Bank match because I had no idea who won because my feed was out. I missed all the spots. It's just, I have to go back and watch it again. But move on to the U.S. title match. I didn't care much for it because it was no rhyme or reason. Like I said, there was only one reason why this match was happening. And it was pretty much because of the fact that it was a my bad to Titus O'Neil for getting suspended on Black History Month. That's it. It's no rhyme or reason for it. It's just hey, I'm gonna give you this push so you won't sue us. So there you go. And I know Titus O'Neil acted like a champ when it came on Twitter, but all I have to say is to prevent any confusion, since Vince pulled a blunder, more than likely it was that reason. And I don't think that Titus O'Neil is going to have another championship run after this. He just had, like I said, this is a girlfriend proposal in your face moment just to shut you up. This is a diamond ring on the finger to shut you up. That's pretty much what this was. So I'm happy that Ruru won. I'm happy that Rusev won. He needed to win. He's a freaking beast. Forget Titus O'Neil. And it's messed up how Jack Swagger was in the mix. And he's going to be scrubbed. Probably for the rest of his career now. But let's move on to the championship match of the night. There was probably some amazing spots in that too. But of course, like I said, my feed went out. And I got in on the half, in the middle of it. and I was far too tired to care. So my experience with Money in the Bank has not been as stellar as everybody else's, and I'm not saying the pay-per-view was bad, but I'm saying the way the card was set up, it got you going, but then instead of those matches in between being palate cleansers or at least a bathroom break to calm down to bring your anxiety down, they had that towards the beginning, and it slows you down way too quick. So I didn't really particularly like the way the card was set up, especially the match with, Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. That match really started making me tired even more. But the one thing I can say is the ending was satisfying. It was the one ending that every wrestling fan wanted since WrestleMania, since the whole road to WrestleMania 32. Everyone wanted to see Ambrose as the champ. We finally got Ambrose as the champ in the best way possible. I don't think I have ever seen an early cash that is that successful in a while. I don't think I've ever seen an early cash like that actually worked out. And it worked out. It's a shame that Seth Rollins won for like maybe a good 5 minutes and then he lost the belt again. But I think that Connor called that. I actually did watch his predictions video, and he called that. Several other people called that. I think Steven Larson called that. There were many prediction videos / previews that I've actually seen that have called that moment. So honestly, I guess it really wasn't a surprise for a lot of people that if Dean Ambrose won, he was going to cash in instantly and take the title. Like I said, I had no idea who won the Money in the Bank when I went into the last portion of this entire pay-per-view. No idea. Then here comes out Ambrose. We end up having a championship match. Boom, win. I love it. I really do. Ambrose as a champ. I am hoping that Ambrose holds on to it till SummerSlam. Because honestly, every match they have been doing so far is literally matches that you should see at WrestleMania. At least 2. The match with John Cena versus AJ Styles and the Shield Triple Threat. The Shield Triple Threat is something that should be held on until WrestleMania 33. Just saying. But I'm hoping that Ambrose has a healthy title reign and he doesn't get it taken from him that early. He's been screwed multiple times, and I'm happy that he actually did win it this time. But how long? I don't know. But guys, my overall thoughts is this. I'm not going to say this is a bad pay-per-view. I'm not going to say it was a horrible one. I will say that some of the matches just started off like slow as molasses as well. And yes, there were a lot of mistakes made tonight. Good grief. But especially when Dolph Ziggler tripped over the steps and then all of a sudden he just got body slammed by Baron Corbin. There were a lot of botches right and left. I'm not going to lie. There were a lot of mistakes made. But the way the card was set up really did slow things down too quickly, and it was a struggle trying to stay awake. But I will say that I did like the AJ Styles finish because he was a heel and it worked. It would have been a lot more credible if he did win clean, but the fact that he still didn't, I'm still fine with it. And as for the ending of the overall pay-per-view, I liked it. I really did enjoy it. I did. But I can't necessarily give a legit pay-per-view review of this. Like I said, my feed was out. I had no idea who won the Money in the Bank. I didn't even see the match. It went out on me. So I know this is not going to be a legit review, but at least there were a few points that I did see that I did like. But guys, I want to hear your thoughts about this. Leave a comment in the comment section below, because I'm going to be real. I was way too tired and way too lazy to go back and look at this thing and to have a legit review. Because more than likely, I'm just going to tell it like it is after seeing what I did see. And if I did see something that interests me, it's going to probably be a topic for, a discussion topic for maybe next week. But at this point, this is what it is. But guys, let me know your thoughts about the pay-per-view down below. Naturegirl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.